Well, there's been a lot of controversy surrounding the Detroit Lions and their defensive end position for the last few seasons. A lot of Lions fans really wanted the Detroit Lions to go out and grab a couple of high-profile defensive ends in free agency. What would have been an extremely expensive move for Brad Holmes, he opted to go into a different direction, and that being Marcus Davenport. And largely what people believe with Marcus Davenport is he's oft injured. Too often he's not able to contribute to help his team because he's on the bench rehabbing injuries, or he's at home, or he's in the training facility, but he's not on the field. This season, well, we were hoping for something different. And in week 1 versus the Los Angeles Rams, Marcus Davenport appeared to be the guy who we thought he could be, and right away affected the game early on, getting to Matthew Stafford and creating some pressure for the offensive line. The Lions have really cycled through a few players at the defensive edge position throughout the last few seasons, but most notably, Charles Harris has moved off of the Alquara brothers. John Kaminsky is now hurt. Now, some of these players play inside and outside roles, or did for the Detroit Lions in seasons past. But last year, the Lions could not generate enough pressure with the guys that were coming in off the bench or the guys that were opposite of Aiden Hutchinson. This season, we hope to see that corrected. And again, like I said, Marcus Davenport provided a spark early in this game. Lining up opposite of Aiden Hutchinson is not an easy task. Someone that has such a high motor like Aiden Hutchinson does, who creates a lot of pressure, has a bevy of a few pass rush moves now that are providing him with some opportunity to be able to make it to the quarterback. But Aiden himself just hasn't been able to get home all the time. He's creating a lot of pressure, but he's not able to finish. And that's why the Lions needed to find somebody that could take some pressure away from Aiden so he could reapply that pressure to the quarterback. And we saw that 1-2 punch out of Marcus Davenport and Aiden Hutchinson in week 1. Now, it's early. It's early in the season. We don't have DJ Reader now on this squad, in game 1. But we will see DJ Reader, the plan is anyway, in week 2. And what I'm expecting is going to be an even bigger push from this defensive line and more opportunity for both Marcus Davenport and Aiden Hutchinson. Now, week 1 has come to an end, and the Lions were victorious. Their rankings, as far as defense, they have moved into a top 10 defense right now, according to the power rankings, and some have them as high as top 5 for the week as far as their rankings are considered. Now, Dan Campbell said that Marcus Davenport is exactly the type of player that he had hoped he would be. And his quote is this: yeah, huge play, huge play. The ends, it's really what this is the vision the whole time. This was what we knew we were going to get when we got Davenport, and we felt really good about the production Hutch is bringing and brought last year and what he was going to be able to bring this year. Then just the thought of somebody who can crush the can over there, crush the can and send him his way a little bit, or vice versa. And that's what Davenport can do. And that's what we've seen this weekend, right? I mean, Davenport, he's known to be able to barrel down that line and create pressure and push the quarterback to the other side. And the minute that we start to see DJ Reader applying pressure through the middle, making the quarterback make a decision to go to Aiden or go to Davenport, that's when you're going to see a new element from this defense really start to take off. The good news is Davenport actually plays really disciplined, and he was really disciplined this weekend, and he was allowing for more opportunity to Aiden Hutchinson as he contained his edge and allowed Aiden to kind of push down and crash down the line, if you will, to get to Matthew Stafford. And I believe he got to him. They both did at least one time in the game. Now, he went on to say this about Davenport too, Dan Campbell. He said, he's long, he's physical, he's strong, he's a big man. So that showed up today. It showed up. We were able to hem him up a few times in there. And so it's good for him. It's going to be good for Hutch, and it's going to be good for Davenport. And you see, that's the key here. It's not that Davenport is going to come in and just get you 15 sacks, right? We're not outspending, the Lions are not outspending $25-30 million on an edge rusher that isn't going to really do anything much different than what Davenport's already going to do for, a quarter of that money. The goal is to utilize the pieces on this defense and to accentuate them, to make them better, to allow them to have more opportunity. And if you have a highly disciplined guy like Marcus Davenport is, with the strong ability that he does possess, and the knack to getting to the quarterback that he also provides, it is going to allow Aiden to have more opportunity. It's going to allow Aleem to have more opportunity. And that's exactly what Dan Campbell had envisioned for this defense. All of these key pieces working together and finally starting to see a defense that is going to put the right pressure on, keep the pressure on, stay disciplined, not allow the quarterback to squirt out, and gash us for big yards, not allow a running back to get past, our bookends, if you will, and forcing everything to the interior, allowing DJ Reader and Aleem McNeil to take care of it. Now, Marcus Davenport did get in on Matthew Stafford this weekend, and according to the film study and what we're going to be doing tonight at 7 p.m., everyone that has watched this tape and has seen what Marcus Davenport has been able to do already, man, the bull rush was just absolutely incredible by Marcus Davenport. This was, early in the game that we had seen Marcus Davenport really giving his opponent fits, man. He's going 1,000 miles per hour, and he's able to push the lineman back into Stafford, early in this game, getting his hands up in time before Stafford throws it incomplete. And that's another thing that you're going to see with Marcus Davenport. He is constantly getting his hands up, trying to bat the balls down. We don't see that enough from the other side, and we definitely haven't seen that enough through the middle of this defense. DJ Reader is another guy that is really good at getting his hands up to knock these balls down. And it really goes unnoticed just how important it is to have those little keys to your game be refined, right? And to install them now into this defense is going to take this defense to new heights. Just a couple of batted balls per game can really change the direction of a game in a hurry, and force teams to do different things and quite honestly to not throw that way, whatever way, if Davenport's on the right or the left, or DJ Reader and Davenport are on the right or the left, it's going to force teams to play differently, right? To scheme differently. And quite honestly, with this defense, being allowed to move around as much as it is, you just never know where it's going to come from. So this vision that Dan Campbell has, look, it's the same vision that I had. It's the same thing that I was saying all off season, that it was time to install, a guy like DJ Reader in the middle of this defense and go out and find a capable younger veteran that has proven himself at times, that isn't going to break the bank, and that's Marcus Davenport. And so far, what we've seen is this 6'6" behemoth of a man can play. And I had a very good game this weekend. We're super excited to see what's going to happen again on Sunday versus the Tampa Bay Bucks.